Hello and welcome to another one of my videos. This video is really just looking at locations and positions and mounting points for action cameras to record motorcycle vlogs. It kind of got me thinking after my last video as to what do people actually like on YouTube. And what I do is show you some various different clips and we go through and just have a look at them. So where do you put your video? Where do you prefer? What's the best place? Handlebars? Maybe, yeah. Or do you put it on the front of the bike so you get a clear, unobscured view? Perhaps you use somewhere along the side of the bike on the forks or crash bars to get a shot of the wheels. Of course, the classic backward facing camera, and finally the various helmet mounts. So which one does it for you? So let's start. Look at the side of the helmet. So this is the Drift XL Pro. Actually, it's a very good camera. It's a 4K camera. Bought it sometime last year. Hasn't got great stabilization. When this video has been taken, I'm on the BMW R9T. There's no stabilization switched on because when it goes really narrow. I think it's 90 degrees or something like that, and it's only 140 max anyway, so it's just too narrow. So being on the side of the helmet, there's too much movement. My head never stops. I'm always flicking my head around and I do it too quick and the camera doesn't handle it, so it doesn't make for great footage. I like this camera. I kind of use it as a dash cam because of the long 4 hour plus battery life, and it does produce good videos. I don't mind the videos, but I don't think they work for YouTube. So there you go, there's a helmet cam. Don't particularly like something like the GoPros or whatever. They're just too big, whereas the Drift one's quite a narrow one and it looks quite decent. But that's a helmet shot for you. What do you think? Is that something that works for you? And here we have the classic chest mount position. One of my favourites. The benefit of the chest mount is, of course, you don't get the movement of the head going from side to side, but you still get the movement of the bike, and you get a clear view of the handlebars and mirrors and controls. And the better bonus in this one is the sat nav. Very popular within YouTube, and this will probably be the view I will continue to use for quite a lot when I'm riding the Royal Enfield Classic 350. Great view, great feeling of being on the bike, and pretty stable, which I think is all the combinations we need. I run a microphone from the camera up into the helmet so we're able to catch the sound. So that's the chest mount. Next up is once again it's a helmet mount. This time it's DJI Option 3. And it's mounted on the chin. Now this is a premium camera, so the stabilization is absolutely marvellous on this camera. I'm on my Honda NC750X, and you can see it's actually a terrific view. And this is probably the de facto camera angle for most YouTubers, the vloggers, motorbike vloggers, of course. One of the drawbacks in this position is you do get a lot of wind buffeting, I think, particularly from a screen. It's not so bad actually when you've got no screen and it's a naked bike because it's clean air, but certainly the screens the bikes that I've ridden with screens do tend to get a lot of buffeting. You also get that blocking of the view, and there's a bit of an obstruction there, but it is the default position for just about every single vlogger. Okay, so that's the chin mount. We're getting through them. The next mount in my little list is the front mounted camera. Now this one for me is my favourite. It's unobstructed view, you get to see everything that's going on. it's the most stable picture, and for me this is absolutely my favourite view. Now, however, it's not YouTube's favourite view. There's not a lot of people particularly like this one, so this is usually something that I only do for when videos I want to keep myself and not publish, which is actually the majority of videos that I do. This video is from Luxembourg. This video is from Luxembourg. I'm running through Luxembourg City. It's early Saturday morning, probably about 9 o'clock or so, and the streets are still pretty deserted. But what do you think? It's certainly one of my go-to favourites when I want to keep something. So when I was on my tour, of course, this was for me the shots to keep. So that's the front mounted camera. This next video is one where I've tried previously, but once again YouTube viewers don't seem to like it. It's the picture-in-picture. It's taken the front mounted view and the chest mounted view and combining them into one video to get the best of both worlds. However, feedback suggested that folk didn't really like this, so it's something that I stopped and abandoned pretty quickly, but it's one that I've used once again for videos that I no longer publish to YouTube and for my private collection. What do you think? The next video on the list is once again a picture-in-picture, but this time what I've done is I've done a bit of a pseudo view. I've taken the front mounted camera and I've taken the Drift XL Pro and I've superimposed it and blended it in so that you get a view of the handlebars and the dash and all the rest of it, but without the massive movements of my head bobbing about like a football in water. So for me, I'm getting the best of the view that I like, but also for other folk who may like to see the dashboard and what's going on in front of you. Now, never published a video like this before, so it'd be really interesting to hear what you think about this view. I actually think it works, but then there's a few things I've thought have worked, and the feedback's come back saying you're talking rubbish, boy. Anyway, I would really like feedback on this one, particularly because if it works, I might use it for some of the Euro videos that I've got. Alright, on to the next one. And now we're on to the 360 camera, one of the most versatile cameras for getting different shots that you can get out there. So if you're willing to put up with all the faff of making a video, this is the one for you. So you can see there's a lot of fishbowling going on in this video in that particular shot. Now this next shot is the one straight ahead, and then the next shot you're going to see is one pointing back at the rider. Once again, the camera, this is all the same film, and you can cut this video time and time again to get different ones. Great camera, great concept, lots of work. Now that I've showed you all the positions of I put the cameras on the bikes, I've come back to this video. This is one that I've taken in Switzerland. It was my de facto go-to position to put the DJI Option 3 to capture the best videos for my memory bank, and this is my absolute favourite for my own particular collection. I won't use it very often on YouTube, but for me this serves the purposes that I originally set out on the motorbike. To sum up, going forward I will use the DJI Option 3 mounted on the chin of the helmet to give you this view, because the camera works very well and handles the movement of the head. It gives you a good view of the dashboard, the handlebars, the controls, the mirrors, etc. It also produces pretty stunning video. I'll use it on the NC750X as well, and on the Royal Enfield I'll use a chest mount. What do you think? Hopefully you've enjoyed this little video. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.